I am a pro-choice, capital F, feminist. When people call me a social justice warrior, I take that as a compliment. I've spent years as a columnist fighting for gay rights, trans rights, reproductive rights. I believe women have a moral and a constitutional right to control their own bodies. And yet, I'm disturbed by the new rules Ottawa has imposed on its summer jobs grant program. In order to qualify for federal funding to hire summer students this year, businesses and not-for-profit groups have to attest that their organization's core mandate respects the right to safe and legal abortions and the rights of gender-diverse and trans Canadians. Now, of course, Ottawa doesn't want federal dollars flowing to organizations that promote hate or which might discriminate against gay and trans teens. But there is something disturbing in asking not-for-profit groups and private business owners to pass an ideological litmus test before they qualify for public dollars. Our Charter of Rights and Freedoms also includes protection for freedom of conscience and religion. Indeed, those are the very first rights enumerated in the Charter. Next come protections for freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression. Those charter rights count too, and if the Trudeau government actually wants to encourage respect for the Charter, it can't run roughshod over them. Now, there are practical reasons why this is a poor plan for a summer job grant program too. There are so many faith-based groups in our communities doing vitally important work, running summer camps and programs for at-risk kids, doing refugee and immigrant settlement work, operating soup kitchens and homeless shelters and food banks and safe havens for abused women. Denying such groups funding to hire summer students could put valuable programs at risk. On Tuesday, Prime Minister Trudeau unveiled the new Canada Service Corps. Will youth groups that apply for funding in that program have to pass the same sort of ideological litmus test to qualify? The hypocrisy here is surreal. After all, this is the same federal government that has no problem contracting out all refugee settlement services in Edmonton, say, to Catholic Social Services, and Ottawa pays out billions in health transfers every year, which end up funding Catholic-run hospitals, hospitals that won't perform abortions or vasectomies or offer medical aid in dying. So why are they suddenly getting so precious about summer job grants when all kinds of money flows every year to groups that oppose reproductive rights and trans rights too, for that matter? What worries me most about this, though, is the high-handed attitude that the state has the right to probe our personal beliefs, our freedom of conscience and faith. Imagine if the shoe were on the other foot and a conservative government only gave summer job grants to groups that passed its morality tests. Is this the kind of precedent we want to set? So by all means, deny federal summer job funding to groups that promulgate hate or practice active discrimination. That's appropriate and proper. But in defense of one set of charter rights, let's not trammel another.